Welcome to the 10-Minute Treasurer. My name is Jeff Pospisil. And as an accountant, I deal with a lot of things open at the same time. So I often have multiple spreadsheets open, multiple PDFs, maybe multiple web browsers, your email, your task manager, all that different stuff that's open. And I also have two screens. So here are just a couple of my tips and tricks on how to maybe navigate this better. So if you have a lot of stuff that's open at the same time and you feel like you're wasting your time, maybe dragging windows around or trying to find the window, let me help you. So like I said in the intro, if you have a lot of stuff open, Windows does try to make it easy. Most people, they might just look through their things and see what's open by hovering over it. So you might just hover over these icons on the bottom, and that's okay, but it's usually not the quickest way. So, and the other thing that people might do is if you are using multiple screens, you might just I've seen a lot of people just drag it over the other screen, and I'm going to have to actually get my phone out to film how to fix that, because you can't, I don't have software to actually record both screens. So anyway, so that's the other thing that people might do if they want to throw things onto the other screen. And that could be a pain, especially if you're going back and forth and back and forth. So let me go ahead and show you my tips and tricks. So if you're like me and you have two screens, you probably have one that's a little bit more dominant, one that you prefer. And for me, it happens to be the one on the right. I don't know if that's just because I'm right-handed, or I also have a window on the right side of the room. So maybe I'm just naturally inclined to that way. But either way, I am right screened. But there are plenty of times when I might be working on maybe a spreadsheet on the right screen, but I need to see something else. And so maybe I want to move the window over. So if you use Windows, Shift, and then the arrow, it'll move it from one screen to the other. And pretty handy, especially if you are changing on what is your one that's dominant. So maybe I'm looking closely at QuickBooks, but now I need to fill in a spreadsheet. So maybe I just want to flip-flop them. So that is a good way to do that. So it's Windows, Shift, and then the arrow to move it to one way or the other. So, all right. And then the second tip I have, and again, this is working with two screens, but mainly when you are working with a lot of different windows at the same time. And probably everybody already knows this, but if you do Alt Tab, you could see everything pretty quick and easy. The other thing you could see is if you do Windows Tab, it'll show it by window. So I could see everything that's open on each window. So Windows Tab shows you everything that's open, but it shows you for each window. Alt Tab shows you just everything that's open, and it's all in one line. So those are my two things that I think really help a lot when you're working with a lot of things that are open and multiple screens. All right, hopefully that was okay. I know that one, I don't have software that records two screens at the same time, so I had to record that on the phone. But anyway, it is what it is. Until next time, and if you found this helpful, leave a comment or likes, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Until next time, God bless.